Good morning, students. Yes, say your prayer. தேங்க்யூ. நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்ல ஆசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students, take your social science book. Yeah, take page number 156. So today we will discuss about the remaining types of soil. Okay, so already we have discussed the types of soil. Okay, so there are 8 types of soil in which we have discussed the 4 types. Okay, so in today's class we will discuss about the forest and mountain soil, arid and desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, then finally peaty and marshy soil. And also we will discuss about the soil degradation and the method of conservation and management of soil. Okay, so we will discuss about the remaining 4 soil, so the 4 type of soil, and also the soil degradation and the methods of conservation and management of soil. So in previous class we have discussed about the definition of soil. So first we discussed about the learning objectives. What are you going to learn from this lesson? So first you learn about the types of soil, then the importance of irrigation multi-purpose project, then agriculture, its type and its importance, then livestock and fishing resources of India, then finally about the understanding the problems of farmers in India. Okay, so first we discussed the soils. So define soil. So what is a soil? Soil is the uppermost layer of the land composed of minerals, organic matter, living organisms, air and water. So what are the 3 categories of the grains of soil? Clay, silt and sand. Okay, so soils, so how they are formed? Formed by the weathering of rocks under different conditions. Then the types of soil. So who divides the soil of India into 8 major groups? Indian Council for Agriculture. So it was set up in the year 1953. So what are the 8 types of soil that we can see in India? Alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, forest and mountain soil, arid and desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, peaty and marshy soil. Okay, so in previous class we have discussed about the alluvial soil, black soil, red soil and laterite soil. So their characteristics, feature, distribution and the crops growing in each soil. So alluvial soil. So so what are rich in alluvial soil and what are poor in alluvial soil. So and also the crops grown in alluvial soil. So what are the crops grown in alluvial soil? Rice, wheat and sugarcane, oilseeds. So where you can see alluvial soil? Mostly in the river side. So alluvial soil are mostly found in the river side. Then black soil. So why it is black in color? Due to the presence of titanium and iron. Then we discussed about the nature and the chemical properties and distribution and the crops growing in black soil. So black soil is suitable for one particular crop. There are a lot of crops grown in black soil, but one crop is very good grow in black soil. What is that? Cotton. Then we discussed about then red soil. So red soil, why it is red in color? Due to the presence of iron. Then we discussed about laterite soil. So distribution and the crops growing. In today's class we will discuss about the remaining types of soil one by one. Okay, forest and mountain soil. So the name itself indicates it was found in mountain region, so hilly region. So differ from region to region depending upon the climate. So the forest and mountain climates are differ from region to region. So it depends on the climate. So formation, how it was formed? Due to mechanical weathering caused by snow, rain, temperature variation. So the forest and mountain soils are formed by the rock surface. So they are formed from the rock surfaces due to mechanical weathering. So due to mechanical weathering. So how the mechanical weathering occur? So the mechanical weathering was caused by snow, rain, temperature variation. Then the chemical properties. So the chemical properties of forest and mountain soil. So they are deficient in potash, phosphorus and lime. So that is they lack potash, phosphorus, and lime. So forest and mountain soil are deficient in potash, phosphorus, and lime. So nature of the forest and mountain soil. So they are light, sandy, thin, and found with the pieces of rocks. So the forest and mountain soils are light in nature, sandy, then thin. So they are not thick; they are very thin and found with the pieces of rock. So because they are formed from the rock, so they are formed from the rock due to mechanical weathering. So they are found with the pieces of rock. So their character changes with the parent rocks. So their nature character changes with their parent rocks. So they show some difference from their parent rocks. They are very rich in humus. So humus means a substance made from dead leaves and plants added to soil to help the plant to grow. So the substance made from dead leaves and plants added to the soil to help the plants to grow. So they are very rich in humus. So slow decomposition. So the decomposition process is very slow. So that it was acidic in nature. So that the forest and mountain soils are acidic in nature. Since the decomposition process is slow, here the nature of the soil is acidic in nature. So forest and mountain soil different from region to region depending upon the climate. So formation, they are formed due to mechanical weathering. So mechanical weathering is caused by the action of snow, rain, temperature variation. Then chemical properties, they are deficient in potash, phosphorus, and lime. Then nature, so they are light, sandy, thin, and found with the pieces of rock. So their character changes with the parent rocks. So their characters, they are differ from their parent rocks. But they are rich in humus, but they are acidic. So why they are acidic means, so because of the slow decomposition process. So distribution, so where you can see the forest and mountain soil. So you can see in the coniferous forest belt of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Sikkim. And also in eastern and western Ghats. So you can see this type of forest in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Sikkim. So that is in the coniferous forest belt. And also you can see this type of soil in eastern and western Ghats. So the crops. So what type of crops grown in forest and mountain soil? Coffee, tea, rice, maize, potato, barley, tropical fruits, and various type of spices. So western Ghats, spices. So like that also coffee, tea. So they are cultivated in the hilly regions only. So the forest and mountain soil suitable for this type of crops: coffee, tea, rice, maize, potato, barley, tropical fruits, and various types of spices. Arid and desert soil. So desert soil. So in India, where you can find a desert? In Rajasthan. Very good. So formation. So due to the prevalence of the dry climate, high temperature, and accelerated evaporation, the soil is dry. So due to the prevalence of dry climate. So here the climate is dry, and also temperature also high, and accelerated evaporation. So evaporation is more. So the soil is dry. And it lacks humus content due to the absence of vegetative cover. Since the soil is dry, it won't support vegetative cover as like the other soils. So the humus content is absent. So the humus content is absent due to the absence of vegetative cover. So formation due to the prevalence of the dry climate, high temperature, and accelerated evaporation, the soil is dry. So because of dry climate, so climate is very dry, then temperature is also high. So evaporation is more, so that the soil become dry. It also lacks humus content due to the absence of vegetative cover. So chemical properties. So what are the chemicals? So seen. So it contains a high percentage of soluble salt, alkaline with varying degree of calcium carbonate, and are poor in organic matter. So they contain high percentage of soluble salt, then alkaline with varying degree of calcium carbonate. So alkaline is also found with varying degree. That is a lot of difference with calcium carbonate, but they are poor in organic matter. So they are rich enough in phosphate, though poor in nitrogen. So they are rich in phosphate, but they are poor in nitrogen. The nature of the soil, arid and desert soil. So they are light in color, low humus. Already we saw formation. Low humus. So friable structure. So friable means so broken into small pieces. So they look like small pieces. Then low in moisture. So because of the high temperature, so their moisture content is very low. So high temperature and dry climate, their moisture nature, so they are low in moisture. Then where you can find this arid and desert soil? Very good. So Rajasthan. So the whole of Rajasthan, and also north part of Gujarat and south of Punjab. Okay, then the crops grown. So here also the crops also grown. So what are the crops? Millets, barley, cotton, maize, and pulses with the irrigation. So if irrigation facility is available, means we can cultivate these crops. That is millets, barley, cotton, maize, and pulses. Then saline and alkaline soil. So we discussed about forest and mountain soil and arid and desert soil. So forest and mountain soil, so they are seen in the coniferous forest of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, eastern and western Ghats. Arid desert soil, so they are found in the Rajasthan. Then saline and alkaline soil. So formation, so formed due to ill drainage which causes water logging. So they are formed due to very poor in drainage system. So because of the poor drainage system, so which cause water logging. So water logging means the stagnant of water. Then the injurious salt are transferred from the subsurface to the topsoil by the capillary action. It causes the salinization of the soil. So why the soil is saline means, so because of the salt. So the injurious salt which are transferred from the subsurface to the topsoil. So the injurious salt which are present in the subsurface, they are transferred to the top of the soil because of the capillary action. So which causes salinization of soil. So salinization means, so it becomes saline. So it is rich in salt. So formation, it was formed due to the ill drainage which causes water logging. Then injurious salt are transferred from the subsurface to the topsoil by the capillary action. So it causes the salinization of the soil. So chemical properties, so they liberate sodium, magnesium, and calcium salt and sulfurous acid. So they liberate. So they release out. So the saline and alkaline soil, so they liberate, they release out sodium. So salt like sodium, magnesium, and calcium, and also sulfurous acid. So they are nature. So they consist of an excess of sodium salt and mineral fragments which are weathering. So saline and alkaline soil, so consist of enormous amount of sodium salt and also the mineral fragments which are weathering. So distribution, so where you can see the saline and alkaline soil? In Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, and also in the drier part of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. Okay, so the distribution of saline and alkaline soil are Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, and also you can see this in drier parts of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. So the crops, so what are the crops grown here? Here no crops grow. So because of the excess salinization of the soil. So because of the rich content of salt, especially the sodium salt, so the crops do not grow here. So saline and alkaline soil, so formed due to the ill drainage which causes water logging. So they are formed due to ill drainage. So poor drainage system, so poor water supply system which causes water logging. So since water is stagnant here, so injurious salt are transferred from the subsurface to the topsoil by the capillary action. So capillaries, that is the movement of water from one surface to another surface. So it causes the salinization of the soil. So chemical properties, so they release out sodium, magnesium, calcium salt, and also sulfurous acid. Then nature, so consists of an excess of sodium salt and mineral fragments which are weathering. Then distribution, so they are seen in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, and also in the drier parts of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Maharashtra. So here the crops do not grow. So why means because of the excess salinization of soil. So that is salt is more. So already in nature we have seen it consists of excess of sodium salt. So it won't support the plant growth. Then last one, peaty and marshy soil. So formation, so they are formed in humid region. So humid region means, So high amount of water or water vapor. So if the air contains high amount of water or water vapor, then it is called as humid region. So formed in humid regions from the organic matter. So the peat and marsh soils are formed from the organic matter. So organic matter. So that is plants or animals. So the dead plants are animals. Okay, so they are formed in the humid region. So that is if the air contains more amount of water or water vapor. So if the air contains more amount of water or water vapor, then it is called as humid region. So they are formed in the humid region from the organic matter. So where they are found? It is found in the areas of heavy rainfall and high humidity. So it is found in the, so peat and marshy soil are found in the areas of heavy rainfall. So they are found in the humid region. So here the water contents, the water vapor is more. So the air contains high amount of water. So that's why we can say heavy rainfall. Then high humidity. Then peat soils are black, heavy and highly acidic. So they are black in color, and they are heavy and they are highly acidic in nature. So the chemical properties. So what are the chemical properties? They are deficient in potash and phosphate. So the peat and marshy soil so lacks potash and phosphate. So nature, so they contain considerable amount of soluble salt and 10 to 40% of organic matter. So we have seen information that is formed in humid regions from the organic matter. You can see 10 to 40% of organic matter is seen. Then and a high proportion of vegetable matter. And also the high proportion of vegetable matter. So nature, so they contain considerable amount of soluble salt and 10 to 40% of organic matter and a high proportion of vegetable matter. Okay, so peat and marshy soil, so they are formed in humid regions from the organic matter. It is found in the areas of heavy rainfall and high humidity. Peat soils are black, heavy and highly acidic. Then the chemical properties, they are deficient in potash and phosphate. Then they contain considerable amount of soluble salt and 10 to 40% of organic matter and also high proportion of vegetable matter. So distribution. So where you can see the peat and marshy soil? Kottayam and Alappuzha districts of Kerala and coastal areas of Odisha and Tamil Nadu, Sundarbans of West Bengal in Bihar and Almora district of Uttarakhand. Okay, so Kottayam and Alappuzha district of Kerala, coastal areas of Odisha and Tamil Nadu, Sundarbans of West Bengal and also in Bihar and Almora district of Uttarakhand. So the crops grown here. So since they are rich in organic matter and they are formed in humid regions. So they are seen in humid regions. So paddy and jute grow well in this soil. So paddy and jute grow well in this soil. Okay students, so we have discussed the 8 types of soil. So what are the 8 types of soil? Alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, forest and mountain soil, arid and desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, peat and marshy soil. So in previous class we discussed about the first 4 types. In today's class we discussed about the forest and mountain soil, arid and desert soil, saline and alkaline soil, peat and marshy soil. Okay, so there are 8 types of soil. So in the first detail, so they ask you to write about any 5 types of soil. So among these 8 types, you have to read well any 5 types. Okay, so it is your choice. So you can read any 5 types of soil. So you have to read so the characteristic feature, distribution, so the crops growing. Okay, so first 4 soils very important. Okay, so because they are widely distributed. Soluble soil, black soil, red soil, then laterite soil. So the most widely seen. So alluvial soil, black soil, then red soil. Then forest and mountain soil. So they are also important. So you can see in a chart. So page number 154. So they mention the percentage of soil. So the distribution of soil in India. So very important question. So read well this question. Okay, so next, soil degradation, methods of conservation and management of soil. Soil degradation. So what do you mean by soil degradation? If the fertility of the soil reduced or decreased due to human activity, then it is called as soil degradation. Yeah, so if the fertility of the soil, if the nature of the soil get reduced due to human activity means, then it is called as soil degradation. So soil degradation is an acute problem, so it's an important problem in India. According to a report 2015, so according to a report which was published in India 2015 by Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, IIRS. Okay, so according to a 2015 report of the Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, the estimated amount of soil erosion that occurred in India has 147 million hectares. Yeah, so the estimated amount of soil erosion. Yeah, so the soil erosion occurred in India was 147 million hectares. Yeah, so soil degradation is nothing but, so the fertility, the nature of the soil become poor or get reduced means, then it is called as soil degradation or soil erosion. Yeah, so as per the 2015 report, yeah, so by the Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, IIRS, the estimated amount of soil erosion that occurred in India was 147 million hectares. The main problem of Indian soils, so the problems faced by Indian soils are soil erosion. So soil erosion is also divided into sheet erosion, rill erosion, gully erosion, ravine and badland. Yeah, so soil erosion. So first one is soil erosion, then the degradation of soil, water logging, saline and alkaline, salt flat, and also there are different types of soil erosion. Yeah, so the main problem of Indian soils are soil erosion. Yeah, so there are different types of soil erosion. What are they? Yeah, sheet erosion, rill erosion, gully erosion, ravine and badland. Yeah, so based on the formation of the erosion. Okay, so sometimes it forms like a sheet. Yeah, so sometimes it forms like a layer. Yeah, that is the upper part is removed, or it forms like a riverine. Yeah, so that's it. So based on the structure, so based on the erosion, it was classified as sheet erosion, rill erosion, gully erosion, ravine and badland. Then degradation of soil. So the nature of the soil, so that is the fertile nature of the soil get reduced. So that is the quality of soil get reduced. That is the degradation of soil. Water logging. Yeah, so sometimes water so stays there, so stagnant of water. Then saline and alkaline. Yeah, so because of the transfer of salt from the salt and the minerals from the lower layer, that is from the subsurface to the upper surface. Then salt flat. Yeah, so sometimes salt gets deposited. Yeah, so because of this, so Indian soils are facing the problems. Yeah, so Indian soils getting reduced the quality. Okay, so methods of conservation and management of soil. So how can you prevent the soil from erosion? Yeah, so first one is afforestation, that is the planting of trees. Then constructing dams and barrages. Yes, in order to store water. Yes, in order to prevent water logging, so you have to construct a dam and barrages. Then prevention of overgrazing. Yeah, so you have to prevent animal grazing, so overgrazing. Then improved method of agriculture practices. Yes, improved method of agriculture practices. Yeah, so that is you have to use modern technology. Yeah, so what are the techniques you have to follow? Yeah, contour method, rotation of crops. Yeah, so that is you should not cultivate a crop continuously. Yeah, so you have to change the crop pattern. Yeah, so that is rotation of crops. Contour bunding. Okay, so you can see in the picture. Yeah, so the bottom left hand side. Yeah, so in the hilly region, so they form like a layer. Yeah, so that is the contour method and contour bunding. So strip cropping. Yeah, so you can see in the right side of the slide. So right side down. Yeah, so they form like a strip, they cultivate the crops like a strip. Then plantation of shelter belt. Then adapting the techniques of sustainable agriculture. So they are the different conservation method for better soil management. Yeah, so first one is contour method, so which was found in the hilly region. Then rotation of crops. Yeah, so you have to change the crop pattern. Yeah, so you have to change the crop pattern. You should not cultivate a single crop for a continuous period. Yeah, so if you want to cultivate a crop means you have to change another crop so that it increases the fertility of the soil. Then contour bunding, then strip cropping, plantation of shelter belt. So adapting the techniques of sustainable agriculture. So sustainable agriculture means so agriculture which provide wealth so which is suitable for all people. So sustainable agriculture. So they are the different conservation methods for better soil management. So first afforestation, then construction of dams and barrages, so prevention of overgrazing, improved method of agriculture practices, and also contour method, rotation of crops, contour bending, strip cropping, plantation of shelter belt, adopting the techniques of sustainable agriculture or different conservation method for better soil management. So these are the method of conservation and management of soil. Okay students, today's class over. So we have discussed about the different types of soil and also soil degradation, methods of conservation and management of soil. So textbook reading today's. So take page number 157. So read that the top box. So soil degradation, methods of conservation and management of soil. Then homework. So take page number 156. There are 4 types of soil now. So the remaining 4 types. So the forest, arid, saline and peaty. So in this 4 type, write any one as homework. So write any one's characteristic distribution and crops grown in the soil. So already you have written first 2. In today's class, you write page number 156. So any one type of soil as homework. In tomorrow's class, we will discuss about the irrigation. If you have any doubt, contact me. So thank you. Have a nice day.